that we have Mr. Michael Jackson here with our insurance for our employees, and I wanted to let him go first. And Michael, feel free to come up if you want to stand up here or move the podium up forward where you could, or stand back there, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It's one name I won't forget, Michael Jackson.
Everybody's doing great this evening.
It's that time again to pick insurance and, thank you. You want mine? You leave one more for.
Yeah, for me.
Whatever you need.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, it's that time of year again. Overall, it was not a terrible year. We're looking at about a 6% increase with Anthem, and that's through the Chamber of Commerce. And that's with no plan change. Obviously, we can certainly make some plan changes, adjustments, and I'll go over everything with you real quick. On the second page, if you'll just flip over, kind of a brief scenario of the different carriers. You see you got a 6% increase. We were able to get, we asked for a 4% reduction in rates. They were not able to give us that after going back through underwriting. We were able to give a premium credit instead. So basically they just take 50% of your premium, give you a 50% premium admin credit. And that would reflect on your July bill. The medical carriers we went to, you have Anthem, ACA, which that's the Affordable Care Act. That is not an underwritten quote, it's just your demographics, age and sex and zip code. You can see that rate there is 48% higher than what your current rates are. Cigna, they're coming in about minus 2.4%. And you have United Healthcare, you have a level funded product. Then you have United Healthcare, fully insured. Aetna is declined to quote it as well. United Healthcare, their level funded products declined to quote. You can see United Healthcare, they're fully insured, is 27.77% higher than what your current rates are. Dental, vision, basic life with Anthem, there was no increase there. We'll flip over to the next page. This is all your options here with the Anthem Chamber of Commerce. You can see you've got your current plan there in column 1. It's a $1,500 deductible. It pays 100% after that. Max out of pocket is $3,500. So for example, if your employees go to have a procedure done in the hospital, they're gonna pay the first $1,500. It's gonna pay 100% after that. They will continue to have office visit copays and drug copays. So if they have a major surgery, January 1, they meet their $1,500 deductible. They will continue to have office visit copays of 30 or 70, depending on if that's a primary care specialist. And then your drug copays until it meets $3,500. Once it meets yes ma'am.
Go ahead, please. I don't give you a chance to finish. I was gonna ask about diabetes. Lori mentioned to me that she cannot get her diabetic medication, that the only way that she's able to get it is by mail order, and our insurance company will not cover the diabetic medications like Cardi did, she said.
I can certainly give more on that. It shouldn't be a problem at all.
Okay.
And I know a lot of on specialty drugs, sometimes they'll require to use their mail order pharmacy, their specialty pharmacy. Just get it cheap and it comes right to their mailbox.
Okay, cool.
But I can see if we can get that.
Okay.
Take care of it. That's no problem. You see the column 2 there. That's the actual renewal for Anthem. That's with the 6%. It does not reflect the admin credit. The admin credit would go back to the city. Alternate plan 1 there, you can see the premium is $932.38 versus $1,121.88. The big difference is, obviously the premium's cheaper You've got a much higher deductible, it's a $6,000 deductible. The plan pays 70% after that, where the employee would pay 30%. Max out of pocket, $8,500. So you take that same individual, has a procedure done at the hospital, versus the $1,500 now, it would be $6,000 plus 30% of that, up to a max of $8,500. So once they meet that, the plan does pay 100%. Next plan there is 969. That's reflects an 8.42% decrease. That's a $4,500 deductible. Pays 80% after that. Max out of pocket $7,000. Same office visit copays for primary care and specialists. You've got a $30 copay for primary care and $70 for specialists. Option on the far right there, that's $1,023.35. That's a $3,000 deductible. Pays 80%, max out of pocket $5,000. Same office visit copays, 30 and 70. And then the drug card down at the bottom is $10 for generic, 60 for your brand name, 90 for your non-preferred, and then 20% on those tier 4 drugs. Any questions on any of those plans? I know there's a lot of difference in premium there. You got, you know, a 6% increase with your current plan, and then you've got some options there, minus 11.9%, and there's a 8.42% decrease, and then that 3.31% decrease.
Michael, I want to ask you something, and you know, times have changed, and I don't think anybody anymore gets insurance for nothing. And I'm gonna have to. We don't have the money, and I'm looking at something that the employee pays a certain percentage of their insurance. I want them to keep it, but I want them to pay a certain percentage, because we can't continue to pay 100% of insurance. And I don't know if the council agrees with me or not, but I know the numbers, we can't do it.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't know what I'm gonna do about the retirement, the situation there, and they all know what that is. But I need to look at something that won't hurt them, and I think a percentage, you know, is the way to go, or make it, you know, a combination of that, and maybe a higher deductible, and maybe you could throw some plans at us that with that included, because that, you know, it's like I said before, in the 70s I got 90% of my retirement. In the 80s the prison went to 60%. In the 90s to 2000s they went to 401k only. I happen to be lucky because I got the 90%. I started at 76, but nobody gets 100% paid insurance, and it's, you know, we got to move with the times.
Sure.
So I need to hear some more proposals.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, being a small group under 50, you know, you're obviously not required to offer health insurance. I sort of think it's a huge benefit. Over 50, the affordability, it cannot exceed 8.39% of their adjusted gross income. So there's ways to calculate that. You know, you can take your lowest paid employee, come up with a dollar amount, or, you know, like you said, take a percentage. Several different ways we can accomplish that goal, no problem at all.
I think, did we look at that last year in the budget? We talked about that last year in the budget, that we didn't think that the city was gonna be able to afford paying the insurance premium at 100%, but we looked at that from the budget standpoint of asking everybody to put in a small percentage, and it was pretty much about $8 or $10 per pay period, or whatever it was, yeah. And so that's something that has been talked about continually
Last year.
since last year.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to bring out too is this will be the first time that we've required them to pay anything, so I wanted to move that meeting up for the 25th. It doesn't give them a lot of time to make their decisions, and I don't know what might be a good day for you, Michael, but I think we need to let them have a say in this, where we can explain it to them and let them pick what, you know, what they want, instead of, you know, since they are going to be paying 8% and I prefer, I mean, it's up to them, but I'm looking at 20 to 25% for 75 to 80, 20 or 75, 25 is what I'm looking at. I mean, things are going to get better, a lot better, and I'll be able to give them raises eventually, and I know that I will. And that I just want them to be able to have a say-so in what they get and what they can afford, you know, whatever we decide on as far as the percentage wise. So if maybe, if y'all agree to that, maybe we can move that date up, we could talk with them a little more about it, because if we leave it at the 25th, it gives them 2 days to make a decision. 27th, it gives them 2 days to make a decision, because that's the Wednesday.
Well, when we talked to them last year about it, that amount, they were okay with
They're
that.
okay with it.
With the,
And it's gonna be hard to ask the employees to, you know, what you wanna pay, cause most of them are gonna tell you that.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
asking them what
Yeah.
they wanna pay, what I'm saying, this is what we need to decide. You know, 10%'s not enough, that's not gonna help any at all. 20% will help a little bit, you know, but, you know, just, you know, you got to get it to a percentage. And I want it to be fair to everybody, and that's why we use the percentage, not $10 here or 20 or 30, because somebody makes 400 something, somebody makes 800, it's not fair. I got to use percentage here, where I won't hurt my water sewer guys versus the rec department guy. You know, I gotta find a middle ground,
Yes,
and I
ma'am.
wanna be fair with everybody. And, so that's why I wanted them to have a little time,
Well,
just, you know.
Well, in terms of time, we don't have to start maybe charging the employees until the beginning of the new fiscal year, because that's when our finances change over here, but the plan itself,
Starts in, they have to decide by April.
yeah, they have to decide on the plan by April, but the employee pay in, we don't have to start until the beginning of the fiscal year, which would be July 1.
So they're paid through June,
No, we would pay it through.
we would
June.
pay like we're doing for June.
Through June, yes, and then the employee would start in July, because we'd have to change the computer systems to reflect when she does her pay, to take that money out. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but it's still the same thing I need to understand is what are we gonna require? You know, are we gonna go 8-20, we're gonna go, percentage is the only fair way to do it, that's all I'm saying. Percentage way is the only way to go. You can't take $20 a week from everybody or a month, because they don't all make the same. And so what we need to decide now, I think, is what a percentage, and that's the only fair way to do it. And it's, this doesn't have anything to do with this, but at some point, I would like to think about paying bi-monthly instead of every week. It makes a lot more sense, and it would save the city a lot more money if we didn't pay every week. Bi-monthly is you would save money by doing that, but that's another time, I'm just throwing that in there. But I know people get used to getting their check every week, every 2 weeks. I like that too. When I retired, I get it every month, so I got used to that too. So we get used to what we didn't get used to. You know, that's the way it is. So, the times have changed, and those freedom's not here anymore. It's not here if we don't have the money. So, whatever council wants to say about that, I'm open to hear what you want to say before we move on.
You offer 2 or 3 different plans and give them the options to buy up, give them option to keep your same plan they currently have, and maybe another option or 2 where it's a little cheaper for them, and,
Okay.
once,
If you look at the second option, I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you. There's, the one that reduces it by 11.91%, if they chose that one, would they still need to pay in? And that's,
Hold on a minute, do it, say it again.
look at the one, the second option right by the 6%, the one that reduces it by 11.91%. Now, it's an awful deductible and premium, not premium, awful deductible, but if they chose that one, if they chose something that actually reduced the amount, we want the employees still paying in.
Yeah.
And a lot of insurance companies do that,
Yeah, I would.
they up the deductible.
Most definitely, I would, and like I say, up in there's just the percentage to me, like you say, the deductible goes up, but, I think the percentage is the way to go, and, to be fair to everybody, and, just need to really think about that, and I'd like to set a day for you to come back to talk with them, even if it's, to give them an opportunity. But I do think we're gonna have to go with that, and I'll be glad to sit here with them too, with you, whenever you can come back and if the council comes back. I just want to hear it, and I don't want you to be surprised, because they know we're talking about it,
Yes, ma'am.
and they're wondering. And I love all these guys, I want to give them all a raise as soon as they can. can, especially water sewer. But, that's why I'm looking at it, to be fair, with percentage.
Absolutely. We just get a dollar amount, we can apply that, and we'll come up with enrollment packets and election forms, and I'll sit down with every one of them, and we'll get that taken care of, make sure they understand it. And two, the premium is gonna be pre-tax, so, you know, any premium they pay in, they'll say, you know, roughly 25-30% of that premium. So if it's $10, it's really gonna be,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, 6 or something. So it's not gonna be they'll see it on their pay stub, but as far as the impact on their brain on pay.
Big
it's not.
one.
Yes,
It won't be that bad. All right, can we, set a date to do that then? I still want, I know that you're saying it's paid through them, but I know they have to choose by April.
Yes, ma'am.
So I would like to you come back, if you, did you say 13th or
13th works for me, yes, ma'am, that's fine. Or if I could sooner than that, if it's,
Would we schedule a special call meeting for the council to come and vote on it after that then?
Sure, okay, yeah, sure, I mean, I'm willing, I just wanna be fair to all of them, and that's the only way I'm gonna do it, I wanna talk to
So
them.
the council's not gonna vote on the plan on Monday?
On the today? No, Monday, no, not till, I think, we need to hold off till we meet on that, the Monday's the 11th, and we can meet that 13th and, talk to them. If everybody agrees, that's what I think we should do.
So on the 13th, he's coming back to meet with council or employees?
With me and him and me with employees, and whoever else wants to come, I don't care. I just, you know, but it'll be brought back before the council, you know, I just wanna give them their options. And-
Well, if we have a quorum present that day, we have to announce it, and we have to do the publication, so we need to know who is gonna come that day or not.
I won't be here, I've got town.
Okay.
What time?
I don't know what the 13th is on.
It's on a Wednesday.
I won't be here, I'll be out of town.
Okay,
or if y'all wanna meet on Monday, we can come up with a dollar amount premium, what you're thinking to charge employees, and we can.
well, I mean, that's fine, I mean, if you wanna do that now, if y'all wanna do that and decide Monday, I'll go for that, but I still want you to talk to them. You know, we can do that Monday, if y'all wanna just table it, and we're not tabling it, we'll decide Monday. We talked about it, we discussed it, we kinda know where we are, I think, what we gotta do, what we need to do. And, y'all agreeable with that? Anybody down there not agreeable?
So, but here's the thing, so the council has to come up with a percentage before we give it to the employees, correct? So y'all gonna come up with a percentage before the 13th so that he can come up with a plan.
That's what I'm saying, I mean, I'm ready today to say what my percentage is, but I mean, I know we'll vote on it next week, I can say what I want.
Yeah, cause he has to work the plans up to give to y'all
Yeah,
next
that's
Monday.
And I mean, if somebody wants to make a motion for how much the percentage they
Can't
can.
vote.
I'm just, okay, does somebody wanna just give me some idea?
Or give him something to work with.
Give him something, whatever, we come out with.
Well, I got to look at it first.
Me too.
I don't, can't say now.
Our plan, what she's talking about is later in the month, what she's talking about is at our work session, we have him scheduled to come back during the work session, to come back and talk about what that may look like. But what she's saying is to give him a percentage, so that by the
20, it was, y'all had it down to 27.
yeah, he's gonna come talk to the employees around the 13th, but on the 27th, that's when he'll roll plans out to y'all what it would look like. I'm thinking that's what you're saying.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know the step.
No, that's fine, I was just saying the 27th, you know, if we waited till to have the meeting then, you know, is that, as long as I've talked with them before, because the 27th only gives them 2 days to decide what plan they want. And that's because that's a Wednesday, you got 2 days left before Saturday.
Yeah, the council decides, the plan has to roll on April 1st.
Yes, ma'am. I would come up with a percentage, and, you know, when we meet with employees, they probably look pretty, they need
That's
to
what I
be
said.
Then he
firm.
bring on
Because I mean, I don't want to meet
That's
with
Just
them.
let them all come in here one day and do that whenever we do it.
That was what I was trying to say, I mean, I thought that's what I said.
I mean, I'm good with it, I'm good if you don't do
I
that.
don't know if anybody was hearing me, but that's what I was trying to say.
I just don't know that the percentage is the way to go. It's gonna be a nightmare to keep up with and start with, and I think everybody's healthcare should be the same. We may need to tailor it down to our lower paid employees rather than that percentage.
Exactly.
Well, the percentage is the fair way to go with all employees, because the same, if it's 400 or 800, 400 pays a percentage of 400, 800 pays a percentage of 800. That's the way to go. I mean, that's the fair way. Am I not
But I
saying
don't
this
think we've
right?
ever done it percentage wise.
I know
It's
you
always
haven't.
been a flat fee.
I know,
Each
and that's,
employee to pay that. And, but I just think it's gonna be a little bit to the extent that those who make more, whatever will be paying more, and that could be discriminating right there as well.
Well, everybody's
No, it's
policy,
not.
everybody's policies cost the same per employee.
That's right, that's what I'm saying, that's what it's been, where I work in other places, that's pretty much what it is. I've never seen that, you know, you pay your insurance based upon your salary.
I don't understand. What I started out saying was, they're gonna have to start contributing to their retirement. We can't continue to pay it.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
we agreed with that last year, we
Yeah,
talked about it.
absolutely.
And that's what I'm trying to do now.
And we even mentioned it to them, you know, that where we are now financially, they have to, you know.
And we gave them a figure in terms of that was across the board for everybody, they seem to have been comfortable with that.
She's absolutely right. Last year when we had this discussion with employees, what was brought to us was us paying $25, $20 to $25 per employee. No matter what you made, each employee paid $20 to $25 per pay period, I think it was. Per pay period towards their insurance, no matter what you
When
made.
you say pay period, do you mean a week or month?
Yeah.
A week.
Every pay period.
Now,
That was only, that would cover 10% of what, remember we were at Anthem now, but we were with United before, and we were paying $1,036 or $1,063, somewhere in there, I don't quote me on the numbers, but it's $1,000 per employee. So what the figure was that every employee paid $25 per pay period, and that would give them a 10% pay in on their policy every month. That's what it equates to, somewhere in there.
Went to a different school, I guess. We'll just move on. Because percentage wise for me, it's not the same. When a person making $400 is paying $30 and a person making $800 is paying $30, that's not the same. It's not the same. You gotta go percentage wise to make it the same. Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, healthcare.gov is, you know, based on their percentage of their adjusted gross income, so you can't exceed 8.39% of their income, so you can, you know, you do it however you want to. I mean, you really can, but, you know, if you go on healthcare.gov and try to qualify for a subsidy, you're gonna enter your information, and it's gonna be based on your personal, income, adjusted gross income.
Do we want to check legal ramifications?
Run that in right now.
I wrote down the 8.32, so we will have to check. Lori and I can do a check on salaries. We can check the lowest person and the highest person and tell you what 8.3% looks like.
We already always know what that is.
Can we look at some of the other cities around and see how they handle
That's
that?
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Have you checked with other city
I
governments?
did, I already have.
And
They're all paying, they're all.
percentage?
We're the only ones that's not paying something. We're the only city that's not paying something toward their retirement.
But I really don't, but what kind of,
Well, some of them pay $30
Each time
a
I
pay
have
period,
to.
some of them pay 25%. It's, you know, but that's because they've been well established, had a balanced budget, a balanced, audit for 20 years, and they've got plenty of money. So, and their wastewater people make a whole lot more than ours do. So this is what I'm just trying to be fair to the lowest person on the pole. That's what I'm
I
trying to
think
do.
the national average is around 17% is what the employees pay.
Yeah, you know, and asking them to pay 20, you know, it's not that bad to me, you know, and it seems fair, but I don't get a vote. That's what I want to do. And, because I know we can't continue to let them not pay anything. And I know y'all said you talked about it last year, but this year we gotta do it.
Yes.
We really don't have the money.
I don't think anybody's arguing that one. I think everybody up here realizes that there's gonna have to be some buy-in with the employees. It's just how we're gonna do it. Logistics, we need to work out.
I guess enough said on that, Michael. I don't know if you got
you're not gonna start it until the new fiscal year, right?
No, well, the plan starts next month.
Okay, I'm saying the plan,
The
okay.
employee pay
Yeah, okay.
in fiscal year.
So we have to have a vote either Monday night or have a special call meeting sometime during the month to have a
They
vote.
have to pick it by April first.
And the reason why we can't roll it out to the fiscal year is because we gotta give it our, our auditors and see how that impacts us too. Maybe by next week, everybody can think about it or do their research on it.
Oh, yeah, and look through the packet.
But I just like to know, I know what we're saying about the other cities. I just like to know what kind of percentage the other cities are paying.
Okay, I've talked to all
You know.
of them, I can get that for you.
And how they're administering it. Is it across the board, or is it they, certain percentage for a certain, income bracket, or what?
No, they pay the same, that's the only fair way to do it, just like what I said, it's the same percentage. If they pay by percentage, it's the same for everybody. You can't take $20 from $400 and then $20 from $800. That's not fair.
Same amount of money for all of
It's,
them.
All of them, that's right.
Yeah.
You know, it's gotta be percentage to be fair, and that's what I found throughout
What
everybody I've talked
they
to.
take.
So,
But I know a lot of the insurance companies, whatever, with HR, previously, dealing with insurance, it was pretty much, every employee paid the same amount from, that was deducted. And, it wasn't a whole lot, not here, I'm just saying other places, but it was across the board for everybody. Everybody, because it wouldn't be fair, just because I made a few more dollars more than you, that I gotta pay more, or whatever. But I just think it's just being fair.
okay, well, I guess we'll, have to, everybody do their own research, and we'll come back with a decision on Monday, I guess, is what we'll do, because we need to let, and let's feel, whatever we decide, I think we need to move that meeting up from the 27th, to something that's agreeable. Maybe y'all can look at your calendars, because that gives them 2 days, if we do it on the 27th, if we have our work meeting, our budget meeting on the 27th. That's too late to me. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll try to have something, sorry I couldn't get more clear on that.
That's fine, reconnect more and
I'll call you after Monday, right? I'll call you after Monday.
be here Monday.
Yeah. I
I'll
will.
be.
No, he said
No,
he should.
no, I'm sorry, no, you don't have to be here, it's fine, I might have to call you, but I mean, I got your card.
Okay.
I'll call you.
Yeah,
I don't think
just
you-
let me know if you have any questions.
I will, we might call you on the phone or something.
Yeah, absolutely, that's anytime, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Michael Jackson.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's see, the block taxes, the dilapidated properties, we talked about that before. Let's see, we just do anything without this time, I'm trying to look at my packet, I didn't have time today, let's see.
There's a draft of the proposed ordinances in the packet.
Okay, I got it, I just seen it, yeah, right here, okay. This, if y'all will, look over it and, just kind of tell us what something that we need to start doing, I believe, for all of our empty buildings, people that won't rent them or charging too much or whatever. And then also the properties that need to be cleaned up. We do have our, Don Powell's our new city inspector, he's taking the CDL course in the afternoon, so he's not here, but he's been doing really well since he's came. I sit in the lines to train with the city manager over there, and, he really got a lot out of that, and he will go to training as soon as I see some up for him. And, I'll be going to my training, this month, it's March, yeah, I go this month, yeah.
19.
Yeah, and I leave on the 19th to go to Tiffin, for my, mayor's training. But anyway, if y'all would read through this, I did it, Louise went through it, did her part. All we got to do is just see what y'all think about it. And, then Brandon, your packet is, will be discussed at the, and y'all got some, let me see, hold on a minute. Brandon sent some extra paperwork. You can see the houses in there, and right in front of that, you'll see something called One Georgia Equity Fund. I'm trying to read over that and closely if you need to. I got that, so I wanted y'all to look at it and see exactly what that money is going to and what it means. You need to be aware of that. And like I said, we've got it back from zoning. It's in your packet here. And I know he's got he had a recommendation, I'm trying to find it, Mr. Jones, I know you have one, and I didn't really put it in here, hang on a second. Basically, what he said, and as it is here, it's in the back, I'm sorry, it's in the back, they're both in the back, you're rezoning of the property, this is for Raiders thing. That's done, the signs are outside, he can start back to work, if we don't have any complaints, he can start back to work on the 15th, I believe it is. And then we have the other one, Brandon's here, it's been, and y'all see what it said, they met and agreed with the floor plans presented, the square footage of the homes compatible with those in the area, and that this is what I want y'all to look at, the parts you haven't seen before, what's in your phone, what's what they sent me this week, and I added it. That's what you need to look at, and you'll be ready to vote on that, hopefully, next week, Brandon. There's not much of today, I don't think that you need to do, because we do have to zone and send it back. Next week's the official meeting. So that's when the vote will be done. So there's nothing, unless you want to say something, you can go ahead.
Well, I appreciate it. Do you mind if I just explain what the other paperwork is in there in regards to? Okay. All right, so, what you've got in your packet there is information from Robert Civil Engineering Firm. Excuse me. And so what they've done, they put together a proposal for the grant writing for this One Georgia Equity Fund Rural Workforce Housing Initiative. And what this grant pays for is water lines, sewer lines, fire hydrants, and streets, curb and gutter, all that stuff. So this is put in place by the state because they see the need that is had with small municipalities that need housing. There's a great need. We know that, we talk about that. The timing of this is really of essence because of where we're at now is the state of Georgia have had 3 different phases of this, and this is the last phase of which they've got for us to do a pre-app, which is due on March the 12th, so the day after next Monday's meeting, and that's when the pre-app is due. We don't know that there'll be another one. You guys probably remember from the last meeting when Nick and those guys explained that could the state of Georgia put this in their fiscal year 2025 budget? Possibly. We don't know that. We do know the funds are available now in this one. And so in order for us to participate or even have the opportunity to have our grant looked at is we have to have it, in by March the 12th. In order to do that, then we have to have obviously the property, which is zoned correctly, everything's good there, voted on, all that stuff. And then this Roberts Engineering proposal that you have here in your packet would then need to be voted on. And that would have to be decided next Monday. Roberts and those team, Nick, who was here the last time, is just wanting to get a general idea because there are things that he has to do to get that grant prepared so it can be submitted on the 12th. So in this package, you see that there is a $10,000 cost that is for the city, which is for the grant writing fee and the housing study. That would be something that we do in May. He would split that up in May and June, is when that would be due. And then other responsibilities from the city would be either in kind or cash funds. In this proposal, you would see that there's a suggestion of doing in kind, similar to what the city of Lyons did. The city of Lyons, what they did was actually did in kind on their meters, building permits, inspection fees, and different things of that nature. In talking with Rodney DeLoach, I understand that the sewer tap fees are like $800, water tap fees are $500. I'm not saying you waive all that for all the lots, but if you did at the very minimum the $800 on a sewer tap fee, that's about $30,000 of waived fees that would allow for that to be, the state would look at that as matching in-kind funds, though no out-of-pocket expense for the city to do that. And really what I want to look at is you look at this property, we've got the city, within the city limits here, it's about $125 worth of revenue of taxes that's being generated now. Once this development would be completed, if you had an average home of $200,000 annual tax revenue, kind of the way things are now, about $550 per home, that's $20,350 annually, just in taxes, not counting the water, sewer, that would bring in, plus 37 new families living in the area that would be buying gas, groceries, eating at restaurants, paying taxes in those kind of ways too. So this is a great opportunity for us to have people moving to Reidsville instead of from. And I think that this is something that hopefully you guys in the city sees as a great opportunity to be a part of this grant, and the state being willing to support this. I know that Duane, there's some stuff in here that I'm sure maybe wants you to look at from the proposal aspect, from a legal standpoint. Those are things that just want to be sure you guys look at, and any questions that you have, please let us know, because it is the timeline, as I mentioned, is such. If you guys felt like it is something that you would be willing to entertain and move forward with, Nick, we have to get on a call with the DCA, the city, the developer, the engineer, the DCA. We get on a call just for them to come in and understand everybody's on board and ready and willing to move forward with this, pending an approval vote, of course, for that particular night. I know Nick was wanting to do that call, say Monday, and that way if everything voted accordingly on Monday night, then Tuesday morning he's able to go through and do the submission of the grant.
And you understand during this, about this, our city engineer, we have one. That's who we would use. We would use the one that we already have.
Yeah, no, this is just for the grant writing. Yes. Mm-hmm. No, that's exactly right. Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah. So anyway, any questions?
You planning on selling these houses or renting them out?
Selling. Yes. So anyway, if you guys happen to have any questions at any point in time throughout the course of your, due diligence to look at that, please let us know so we could try to get those answered. It would be great for that.
So the deadline is Tuesday.
It's Tuesday to submit, and there's a
5 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. And there's a fair amount of work that the grant writer has to do in order to be able to do that. And as you read through the packet, just so we want to be clear that there's a grant administration fee of 3% of the total grant that is received, but that is actually paid through the grant itself. They wouldn't be costing the city anything for that.
So that's how Nick gets paid.
Correct. That's how Nick gets paid is through that. But that would be coupled into the grant itself, so there would not be any out-of-pocket cost to the city for that. I'm just trying to answer any questions that you may have as you read through that and think of something.
Other than the 10,000 that we pay.
That's it. If you do the in-kind on the, whether it be the water tap or the sewer, you do that as an in-kind. Now, that's not hard money out of pocket. It is,
The 10,000 is a hard money out of pocket.
the hard money, the only hard money would be the 10. That's correct.
Okay.
And they're saying that, as I asked him when that would be due or how that would work, and he said typically, if the submission would be March the 12th for the pre-submission, the final submission April 12th, but all this has got to be done prior to March 12th. But the money wouldn't be due until sometime in May.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So, anyway, that's all I have. Thank you for your time.
Okay, we got, the alcohol ordinance, I think you read it the last time. I guess we'll read it again next time and vote, right?
Well, we'll just need to, but we don't need to read it again.
Okay.
Just read it once. And speaking of that, the derelict properties and the blighted properties ordinances are lengthy, and it is going to take a substantial amount of time to read them. I would suggest we put those at the very end of at the end of the meeting,
Okay.
because it's gonna take a long time to read these. So,
Okay.
Not something we have to do the very next meeting either, so.
Y'all can decide that, that's fine. I just wanted to hit closely on this next one about the three designs. I went to the county meeting this morning. Y'all have something in your packets talked to the county commissioners, and, you can see the agenda they got set up for Monday, March the 11th. You can see the times they've got the people coming. I contacted everybody from Carl Hofstadter to Jack Hill State Park to the sheriff, everybody, they'll be here. They're all behind 100% with me on this. I spoke lengthily this morning, and they were all promised me that they would be here and support this. Just briefly for you guys that are here today, I'm laying out the three areas, and I can't, you know, the grant's a large grant, and I've answered about 400 questions today about different things on it, and trying to make it go through, and I really believe that, you know, we're gonna do this, and I thanks Miss Jackie, and that's a lot of help, and it's pretty much gonna happen. But we're gonna do the, as you can see, just real quickly, at the stormwater park. The thing about this grant is, you know, we don't have to give any of it back, it's 100% paid, and what they have to do is when we're buying land from people such as Miss Cerncy that's here, I've already spoken with her, I've spoken with everybody involved, myself, and they've all been agreeable to come. They've all agreeable to come next week and talk, and they're agreeable to help with the flooding situation. They'll get money for their property. You know, that'll be between them and these people here. But like out there where the floods are, they're talking about, just, you don't see it here, but they had to ask, what do you want to see out there? So those of us that was with them that day, we kind of gave them some ideas, excuse me. Out there in that area, it's gonna come up towards Cerncy Park, isn't that right, Miss Jackie? Okay, Cerncy Park is gonna get into some of this, and it's gonna help a lot there. And the flooding's gonna help the whole area, but what they're gonna put out there is gonna look really pretty. It has to give back to the environment, and it has to serve the people. This is the only things that we have to hold up on our end to get everything free. We don't have to do anything except maybe I'll have to use some of our people, and the counties told me I can use any of theirs we need. But they asked me, tell me something, and so they pretty much did that one on their own. I didn't really know what to put out there, but they actually put, correct me Miss Jackie if I'm wrong, they put a park, they're gonna put a walking trail. They own this land that they're buying, they're gonna put a nice looking park. They're gonna put like, I believe they said like a bridge that you walk over, and there's gonna be like a little stream flowing under it. And they're gonna put things out there for nature, like bird feeders, things like that for the environment. There's much more, but that's just in a nutshell. The next project's the armory. That's a big undertaking. They're gonna completely take it down for us. They said, what do you wanna see here? I said, oh my gosh. So I mean, it doesn't have to be this. So I said, okay, this is just an example, which they're gonna actually show the people at the meeting next Monday, the actual results of what it looks like. And believe me, I saw them, and y'all will not, it'll knock your shoes off. I mean, the armory, I said, I need a community center. I need something really big, and being the mayor and in charge of all emergency response things, I need a place to store water, sandbags, generators, all that kind of stuff. They said, okay, we got you. That's helping the community, that's helping everybody. So inside this huge armory, this huge community center, which we can use for weddings, rehearsals, parties, karaoke party, y'all could, whatever it can be used for, it'll be rented out and used by the county, the city, but it's ours. It's not the county's, it's ours. But they're also gonna put a lighted walking trail around there, and it's so pretty. I mean, they're gonna, the nice carriage lights, they'll be wired into the sidewalls, like, you know, not like we're gonna have to do downtown, which I'll get to in a minute. But they're also gonna have the walking trail. They're gonna have some nice benches sitting outside. It'll be solar panels on top. That's another thing where it comes in with helping. Solar panels will be on top of the building. It's a really big building. And then over to the side, we're gonna have like a small bench area with maybe a couple little things for the kids to play on. Maybe one parent walks the dog, and the other one stays with the child, whatever. But anyway, it's really pretty. But what really got to me is the third one, the downtown area. What do you want to see down there? Well, I know I can't, after getting through with the Dollar General, finally, this past week, they finally got through with that. And it's done, except for the shrubbery lane and grass, which I had to get on about 2 or 3 more times before it got done, but anyway, it's done. And I guy to downtown, I said, okay, you can't mess with DOT, it'll take 4 years to get them to come back to do the roads and sidewalks. So I said, let's try this. We'll put the solar lights on the streets with a backup battery in them, where they'll stay on all the time. They're about $200 a piece. Okay, I think Ms. Jackie showed me some, and plus Kimberly on the DDA, they offered even help if they need to, with that. But if we run out of money, we don't know how far the money will get us, but she says she can do something downtown. She said, what else? I said, I'd like to see some trees planted, and, she said, well, it has to be something that helps the environment. I just went to an Italian cypress tree because it grows straight up, and there's little roots, and there's no outgoing, no care. They said that won't work, it doesn't do anything for the environment. I said, well, okay, then you find one like that and put it there. I mean, because that's the only thing we can put there. We have little sidewalks, and I'm being really, I know, I was really nice about that, and didn't say it like that. I said, you know, Miss Jackie's look, she's found some, but we need them to go straight up. We can't go out, we can't be pruning them and taking care of them, and they gotta have a little root system. So that's to be considered, and they understand that. I said, give me one more thing, okay? Awnings. I said, I want all the awnings all the way down Main Street to match, and then go out in front of the other stores. And what color? Oh gosh, okay, burgundy and white. You know, I just thought that would be pretty with the brick. That's, we got the old brick down there. And this is not, doesn't have to be what it looks like. I just have to have something for them to show the people next Monday. And y'all please spread the word that I hope this room's packed, with people standing all around us. Because they need to see that the people want this. They need to see people here to come, that we're gonna, and this is gonna happen, and I'm not talking about years either. I'm talking about, this is gonna happen, and you're gonna start seeing, we're gonna know in a matter of months that we got this, while I'm doing all this paperwork and doing all this other stuff for that. I'm pretty, I can't say it for sure, but I'm 90-something% sure that this is a done deal. And it's gonna solve so many problems with the flooding in those areas, and it's gonna reach over to the parks, and then the park can, we'll tie all that in with the recreation, like we're gonna do that. And, I just need y'all to please try to be here, and, you see the whole schedule here. Everybody that's supposed to be here at this time, from the sheriff to Jackie Trim to everybody, I'll be there. You know, they're gonna be here at these times where they're asked to be here. And I'm gonna be here all day with them, of course. And then they have this, at 4 to 5, they're gonna do an open to the public, as y'all can, I left these out there, hopefully y'all got them, okay. They're gonna serve refreshments, they're gonna, explain it all to the public. They're gonna, if we can, I'll put it up there, but I think they're gonna have big, huge things laid out of them. And you're gonna be able to see what downtown Reidsville, the flood zone, and the Armory's area is gonna look like. And what an improvement that will be, and it won't cost us 1 penny, you know, and, this is millions and millions that most of it's gonna be underground that we won't see, because that's where the money goes, all that pipes and everything they have to do. But, you know, we'll be required to do very little. Hal Dasher's already agreed to oversee anything I needed to see. So glad that the county's working with me like they are. And, they're glad to do anything that they can to help. And, they promised me they'll be here, and all the county commissioners will be here as well. So, that to me was a big accomplishment today. Well worth my time over there and talking with them, and, just want to know, and immediately I'm gonna go ahead and do something. I'm probably gonna get those street lights put in pretty quick, because the downtown development can do that, huh? Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Are
Sure.
the awnings gonna be, out of cloth?
Well,
Or are they gonna be?
it's gonna be whatever's gonna last the longest, that I don't have to.
Yeah,
replace.
because, you know,
And
when
we're gonna
wind and
have-
storms come in, they,
I
on the
know.
sun, they get torn.
I know. We're gonna-
And
we
then
took
who's
all
gonna
that into
replace them?
consideration. We have, and I've also, for somebody that's asked me, are you gonna have it where I can put my sign hanging from it, like this is, Chantilly's, or this is something? I said, you know, yeah, we can do that. Why not? We can do that. Yeah, because nobody knows where the stores are. They can't see, like, if it's a beauty shop or whatever. Yeah, we can put it under that awning, and people can walk down and see it. Yeah, we'll do that. I can, that's.
And for any other store that comes?
Ma'am?
And for any other store that comes downtown? Cause you know what you start, you
I
gotta
know.
continue.
But you gotta look, my hope is to one day get rid of a lot of them buildings downtown.
Yeah.
Right now, this is a temporary thing. And what I can go ahead and do pretty soon is put those lights in, and, you know, the carriage lights with a backup battery. And, that's not gonna take nothing but squirting down to the sidewalk. You know, and that'll make a big impact on just the way you look at our city at night when you come through. They're so pretty, and, you know, I just want the people to see something and not have to wait 6 months or a year. I want them to see something going in the works, and
You know, you have to involve the, DOT.
I already talked to them.
It's about the sidewalk.
I already talked to them. They don't have a problem as long as I don't wanna redo the sidewalks. And, I try to do my study work before I come in here and talk to you guys. They don't care. That's why I said I'm not messing with DOT, cause they told me it would be years before they could get here. They don't care what I do, they've been there 100 years. I mean, the ones that Sarah's been there 100 years. They've never had new sidewalks in Reidsville, never. So they don't care if I throw another hole in them. There's already about 45, because we walk around and count them. I mean, so what's another hole? I'll put a tree there, you know? So I've already done that work, that's fine. That's
These
fine.
lights are gonna be something similar to the ones
Yeah,
that Pembroke have,
something like that, yes.
something like Pembroke
Yeah,
has.
it's gotta go high and up, and that's why I keep saying, you know, I want it pretty to be green the whole year round. And I'm not getting into a lot of details here, but they make me get into a lot of details. I gotta give them details. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to do, and what am I gonna use it for? What kind of stores do we want down there? So I have to write all this up, you know, y'all can give me more ideas. I thought bakery, I thought another, you know, just things like that, pastry shop, coffee shops, which I know we're getting those, but, and I got news for y'all too. I just wanna go ahead and tell you, we're finally gonna get a buffet. Don't know if y'all know Daniel Anderson. He bought the land by the church, by his church out there, I think it's Connection Point. He's asked me, he's getting a Cadis Bank. He bought the lot right next to Cadis Bank that used to belong to, Dan Dennett, where you had those pools sitting out there one time. Okay, he sold his logging company. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, he came to talk to me a long day, he didn't care. He's gonna put him up a temporary place there to serve like fried chicken and like things to go with it right there on that lot, and he'll come and get the permit when he gets ready. But he's already cleared the land out there at the church by the church that he bought. He said, I'm getting out of the logging business. Diesel's too high. I can't keep help. I got family that will work in this restaurant, and I don't have to worry about help. So he's got a big family. So by George, within a year or so, we will have a buffet restaurant here in Reidsville, a brand new one. And I think we'll all welcome that very much. And we got a lot of food trucks coming. And, you know, I just talked to a guy today that came in. He's gonna open a flower shop up here at Dan Bennett's place, on the corner. He leased it from him, or rented or whatever. He's gonna put in a flower shop and try to do some classes. I thought would be a good idea.
That's in the folks right there.
Yeah,
the
right
folks.
at Forge, yes ma'am. He's going to put it back there and have classes like people wanna come at night to learn how to make a wreath or whatever. And it's kinda like a sip and paint class like I used to do. I mean, it's just something to do and for people to enjoy that. And, I told him I thought that would be a good idea, and I invited him to come to the DDA meeting this Wednesday. And by the way, we'll be swearing them in this Wednesday as well, and with anybody else that needs swearing in, I'll take care of that Wednesday. When they come at 10, we'll get them all sworn in, and, they are there to help, and I told him to come to that meeting. They can help him, and they're going to help us too. They're already looking at the lamps to purchase to help us with them, and, so, they're getting loans too. They're writing for grants. They're getting grants, and so we're moving in all those areas. I just wanted to touch on that for a minute, and all the rest of the stuff. The sale of the city property, we don't have to have that anymore. It's done. Carmen's been contacted. Everything's done.
We do have to, they got to vote to sell.
Got to do what?
They got to vote to sell it now for that price.
Well, I thought we already did.
We voted to offer it.
Okay, I took her, sent her an email, so she's already sent you one back. I think she told me that she's gonna get to you to see if you could do it, or she had to get somebody else. She
Okay.
called me today, it's done, she's good.
Okay.
I mean, so whatever we have to do, next week, but she's good, and she's, you know, she's good with what we offered her, or what we told her we wanted. And, she's ready to move forward with it. But the rest of the stuff, we got the, rezoning signs have been up, just like we talked about earlier. the school contract, he'll talk about that next week. And the, group insurance policy, what was that, Nadia?
Michael just talked.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. Okay, the food truck ordinances, that's in their packets too. Is that the one you said we had to read next time? That was, okay.
Mayor, if we're gonna be reading all these ordinances, we're not gonna be done in an hour.
Okay.
So we may wanna reconsider reading the ordinances next week and move those to a later date.
That's
Well,
fine.
I feel like.
Well, that's fine with me.
If we do a call meeting for the insurances, why can't we do the readings then?
We can.
But the only thing is, if we do a special call meeting for that, we have to say in advance that
That's right,
that's what we're
absolutely.
gonna do is the readings, because.
Yeah. I know it's boring for people to have to sit here and listen to all that, and I really don't want y'all to have to do that. But you're free to have a copy of it, I'll put them out there for you. I mean, I think I already have, but if I haven't, I will.
After the second reading, we'll put the.
Yeah, as soon as we read them and get them through, you know. But I don't think there's anything in there that y'all would agree with. I pretty much told you that I wanna clean up downtown Reidsville, and that's gonna be a lot of it with these ordinances that's coming out.
They're the model ordinances that the, Georgia Municipal Association has, well, with some changes, I did make some changes to tweak it for Reidsville.
That's all.
But they're the model, the basis of them is the model ordinances that goes along with the state law, so.
Yeah, and it's something y'all had before that I found here before that y'all, it just never got signed. Y'all did it back in 2015 or sometime like that, but anyway, it just never got put out. But, anyway, it's something that we definitely need to get these people to do something with these dilapidated stores downtown. But anyway, that and
I
then.
just wanna remind you guys for the, since Trey's not here, for the police capital outlay, what he was asking y'all for, he's asking for 20,000, I think it was in your packets last time, I'm not sure what it was.
Cameras and all.
Yeah, he's asking $20,000 to replace cameras. He wants to have body cameras for every officer. He's got one officer that has no cameras, and he needs, 2 new cameras in the cars. So, he's got an officer that's in school, he's not out on the street working. But he got an officer who's in school, right, well, no, he had an officer that was in school, so if they hire another officer, that he won't have body cam. So, and we need another officer, so that's what he's asking. We put it on there as capital outlay, because, everybody knows that anything over a certain dollar amount is a capital outlay, and that's what he wants his capital outlay to be for this budget year, but he's asking to go ahead and make an order, so he's gonna need to
Well,
vote.
that runs into software too, cause buying new cameras, those software is not gonna sign it, all that's tied together.
The software the police department has right now in the process of responding to the Records Act request is ancient, and it is very, very, very difficult to work with. So I would not be surprised if they're asking for new software, they need it.
Yeah.
It's hand in hand. If
Yeah.
they get the body cameras, they have to have new
Yeah,
software.
it all
They need
does,
it, it's
no doubt,
antiquated.
we put off too long.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have.
I think I gave that to all y'all.
It's a legality at this point,
Yeah.
and the new police officer school contract, I'm pretty sure we put that in last month's packets to talk about this month, and what it
Yeah.
was is just holding the officers. We've hired several officers and lost them after we paid for them to go to school, so this is to ensure that we don't lose money with the officers, so.
And the only last thing on here is, I've had these for months, and there's one of them approved, we'll do it, I guess, next time, that, Kim Tatum, they're doing a bucket drive for, y'all got it in your packets, for the junior board members, they wanna do it at red light on the, let me see what day it is, April 6th. And then I got another one from, y'all have it too, this, let me see what this time is, hold on now. The game troopers thing, he's, April 6th also, the Easter Fest. And so those are things that we need to, vote and approve next Monday. If y'all, either, vote on one way or the other next Monday, but I didn't hold this, that's our last meeting for them.
We don't have one for the game.
It's very bad.
It's been very bad.
It's right here, you didn't have, it's not, there's not a cover sheet on it, there's not a cover sheet on it, it's there right, with Kim Tatum's, it's right there. It says event organized requirements is at the top, city of Reidsville session event permit.
I got
It
it.
looks just like this.
Okay.
then you got the one from Kim Taylor, there should be two in there.
So we were supposed to put the insurance, maybe insurance to these?
Yes.
I don't see them.
I think he just had a copy of the old ones, but we do have them with the new ones. The new ones are 4 or 5 pages long. The new ones are 4 or 5 pages long. Yeah, we do have the new ones.
Do we have the event insurance from each organization?
Not right now.
Okay, cause we're supposed to have them attached, I guess you do,
Yeah, I'll get it on Monday.
So,
We
I think
know
this is-
that, Tatum's will not have that because they're an organization, they're required by their organization to be insured no matter where they are.
well, we don't know that, we need to have some proof of that attached, just like everybody else's do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the, agenda done. Is anybody else in the audience have anything they wanna ask? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Three things. Would you explain where Stormwater Park is? I didn't understand when you mentioned somebody was going to training, who that person might be. And we
Well,
talked
I'm
about.
going to training. It's me, I'm one of the mayor's training.
It's at the bottom of the base.
It's me, yes, the events at the bottom of the
Oh,
grid.
okay.
Yeah, I gotta go to, millage and budget training too, this month.
Me, Miss Deborah.
Yeah, we're all going, but we're going on different days, and,
For Stormwater Park.
okay, Miss Jackie, tell him those streets, I don't know them. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be, Miss Searles is gonna sell her land. Considering selling her land. You know where Surrency Park is, or Alexander, I think that's Alexander Drive or
In that
Road?
neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
Back out behind the school.
Yeah, that's where we have all the flooding issues.
And then the other question, we talked about the grants and back in tax time, fall of the year, we were talking about no audits have been completed for quite a, what's the status of the audits?
Okay, I've got something that if I've talked to Lynn Friday, and, I've got,
I'm sorry, y'all, it's down in there somewhere. It'll stop in a minute.
from my understanding, we got to the end of this month to finish them,
Okay.
and, whatever it takes. If I have to stay here 24 rounds.
You've been staying here quite a few hours already.
And, it'll be done, but whatever I have to do to make it happen, I'll make it happen. And, cause I'm not losing the money that's there waiting for the grants to come in for not talking about what we've been talking about. These
Yeah.
are grants for the city that we're waiting on for the new water stuff. We're gonna do that. We're also waiting, fire department's got one, police department needs a grant. They've already got them written, they're waiting for the audit to be finished. And, the girls are working hard and whatever it takes. I mean, I'll be here.
We heard on Friday that the audit is with the lead auditor as of this weekend.
That's 21, 22. You know,
22,
and,
yeah.
and 22 and 23 we're working on as well. And we're trying to pull it at the same time, and now I need to be starting on 24. So it's a lot, you know,
It
and it's a lot. But anyway, I knew it was a lot, so I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that when I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm trying to get it done on time. And all I can tell you is I'm gonna give it 100% to make sure we don't lose that money.
I wanna, talk to you about my water bill.
Okay, go ahead.
It's month after month after month. January, nobody in the city that I talked to got a water bill. February, mine was late. Today's March the 4th, I still haven't got
All
one.
right, Mr. Stevie, let me answer that. Okay. I can hear to tell you that the water meters are read on the right time, but let me tell you what we found out this past week, okay? They are read on time, they are sent out of here on time, okay? We maybe have to go to the post office, and just by chance, they said, we're not taking your cards anymore.
Yeah.
They told us that. This was just happened. Now,
They know what now?
Let me finish. Just let
I
me
can't
finish.
hear you.
I'll say it again. Those cards that we've been getting, I know for 37 years that I've lived here, where you pull off the tab and you send it here, for 37 years, I've been getting that card. All of a sudden, they can't take it no more. Although we got hundreds or thousands of dollars.
After you bought supplies.
After the supplies are here, they don't take them anymore. They will not accept them. So guess what we gotta do this time? But I'm telling you, the water bills are sent, and I think they're proving a point. I don't know what's happening to them, but I can guarantee you, I took them myself. They were took on time, they were read on time. Mine hadn't got here either. So I don't know what the problem is. And so I think they got so frustrated with us that they just said, we're not taking cars anymore. You know, and I could probably get that. But you know what we're gonna have to do now, this is what we're fixing to do, Mr. Stevie. And we'll make right on any bill that you don't get on time, but it's not that it wasn't sent here, because I personally make sure that's done. Not that they don't do it anyway, I personally follow that up, and you can be assured it's done and on time. And it's not their fault that you're not getting them. I don't know what the problem is. This is what we gotta do next time, just listen to this, just listen to this right here. Until I can get another system worked out, we got to go to paper. So we got to print every water bill. How many are they? 1,300 on a piece of paper, fold them up by hand, all of us, put them in an envelope, seal the envelope ourselves. And think how many hours that's gonna take, you know? But this is what it's come to. But I'm gonna contract that out or something, I'm gonna bring it for y'all. Most other cities, just give me a minute, Donald, just give me a minute. I hadn't even finished yet. You know, this is a problem, and I don't know why after 37 years, all of a sudden, you're not gonna take my cars anymore. All of a sudden, it just started happening in December. You know, everybody's bills delay, and believe me, I deal with it every day, and I talk to every one of them. I don't let girls send them back there to me when they get loud, they send them to me. I talk to them, we work it out. You know, I understand that, I don't have mine either, but we don't have the best, that's why this grant is so important. We've got to get this new water system in here where we can hit a blessed button in there and they'll come on the, and you can put an app on your watch, and you can see how much water you're using and how much it costs. That's why I want to do whatever it takes to get this audit finished. I'm not losing that money. And we are going to have you a water system by the end of this year. See, mine's bad too, mine's terrible. You know, it's what the problem is the meters are gone. The ones that's in the ground, you can't even, I mean, it's hard to get a reading on some of them, they've been there so long, the battery life's gone. You know, and I know a lot of people aren't paying what they should, and some people are maybe not getting 3 bills at one time. We can make you pay those 3 bills at one time. You know, if that's the way it happens, I don't think you ever have a person that hasn't worked with somebody. You won't have a person that will not work with you to work that out. I'm not expecting anybody to come here and pay a $400 water bill if they ain't got one in 4 months. You know, we'll work it out.
The reason it's important, if you have rental property, and you charge in that water bill in there, I need to know what to charge them by the first.
I can't help it.
But we,
Well,
can
so-
we
so-
do?
The only thing I can tell you to do, Mr. Sidney, is if you wanna call up here and get it off after they call up here, we can look it up and tell you. We can do that, we can certainly do that. We can look up anybody that's got that kind of problem, the renters or whatever, and you need to know what it is, call up here, we can see it even though you don't get the bill yet, I can tell you what it's gonna be. It'd take them about half a minute to pull it up for you.
The post office told us they can no longer ensure that people get their water bills anymore.
That's been going on for a long
And you've been paying them to
It
check?
has.
$500 a month.
That's what I'm saying, I wouldn't be,
Yeah, and you know, now it's gonna cost more, because we got it.
It'll cost more now because we have to, we're paying about 38 cents a piece now we're gonna have to pay 68 cents a piece.
I had a
What's the
direct
offer?
request here, but I'm good to go with your explanation.
Well, I'm just saying, if I understand your renters, just call us, we'll gladly tell you what it is, and ahead of time, and we will, this next one that's read will be sent to you in an envelope on a piece of paper, that we will be folding by hand. If you want to come here and help us, come on up and help us if you want to. But,
Would it be an idea for those who have emails or a phone number that they get a text or an email regarding?
that would be fine if we could do that. A lot of people won't use that, or people, they don't know how to use it, they don't want technology, they
or
want to bill.
so most people don't have cell phones.
And, you know, but they want to bill, so they can still get their bill, even when we get the system thing, they'll get a bill, they can look at it, they'll get a bill somehow on how it's built to the system, I don't know, do you?
Yes, we've already got the new bills created. Basically, it'll look just like your old bill, except it's gonna be on a sheet of paper and it's gonna come in a mailed envelope. It won't be on
No,
a
I'm
card.
talking about that. I'm talking about when we come to the new system about where they read.
The new system requires an upgrade of our current system. And if we upgrade our current system, it's $100,000 to upgrade our system, but to upgrade our
Which system?
it will give, our billing system. And what it does is it gives the customer access to the system, so you can go in and look at your own bill, you never have to call in
No,
anymore.
that's how it is in Dublin.
So, but it's an upgrade for us, it's $100,000 upgrade, we can't.
And you can pay city taxes through it, whatever.
Is there a grant out there available for that?
Yeah.
Not for that, not yet.
Well, I'm not saying that we're not gonna try to get one, just it all depends on getting this all done. And, I'm always looking at those grants, I look at them all the time.
I got a question.
May I add
Are
a
the bills
question?
are gonna go all the way to Macon now, then come back this way again, or what they?
No, all that's changed too.
That kills me, I don't know why they can't, but
What
they
did they
say,
say?
go ahead.
That's changed too, because last Monday, and I happened to see Miss Vicky running the post office at 5 minutes to 5, dropping in mail. I'm guilty of that. Mail no longer goes out in the afternoon, it only goes out in the morning, one time a day.
But it goes over to Macon still?
Yes,
They
ma'am.
say it no longer goes to Swainsboro to be collected to Macon. Now, I don't know how it's gonna get to Macon, but the girl at the post office
Well, I
told
mailed
me,
something from here the other day, from here to Macon, they got it the very next day.
I don't know what it is.
Huh? Yeah, this is a personal thing.
Christmas card, I sent all over the United States,
Yeah,
2 days.
yeah, but I mailed something, an obituary to Macon, Georgia, and the lady called me that afternoon and said, thank you so much. I'm like, thanking me for what?
you better mark that on the calendar.
Yes, I
Yeah,
mailed
you
you
want
a
the time.
check, it took,
A week and a half.
from
Yeah.
this office to go up the street, it took a week and a half.
So I don't really know what's
9 days.
happening with the post office, but I can tell you, just since I can't say, but I know that there's, I don't doubt that hadn't always done, but I'm saying, I know we read them the 14th or 15th, and then they come back in, and guys go out and hand read 150 of them, I think. And, then we put the lawyer prints them out, and we send them out. I mean, you should have them by the 1st, everybody should have them by before the 1st.
Well, this has been happening all along.
Yeah.
Previously, you sent them out, the cards out, they went all the way to Macon, came back all chewed up, and they wouldn't print them, and they wouldn't,
You know, I know that, car system may be outdated, but it's just odd that all of a sudden it starts happening, but, this paper thing.
But Global, they've been receiving, I think, the letter.
Yeah, but there's gotta be a,
Check, we put a plastic check,
that's, we gotta come up with a better way, we can't continue to fold them and put them in an envelope ourselves, that's gonna take hours, so, we'll be thinking about something to fix that, and I've talked with some places, they have the person that can go in their computer, and just look at them and print them out and do it for you. That's already on our payroll, like the person that went in there and looked the other day, he could do it, and, that's kinda like what I mean by contracting it out, but they actually really work for us. So that might be our answer, that when these girls won't have to, or I won't have to sit there with them too and help them stuff envelopes, 1,300 something envelopes every month, because I don't have time for that.
Yeah. Is this, with Brian Uber, UPA? Talking about the system, he told us one time we could put that system in, evidently not, because you don't know.
No, I know what you're talking about, no, it's not.
Okay.
The guy on the computer said he could do it for us, so, and he went there, looked and printed one out, he said, I can do it. That's
No,
what-
she's talking about QS1.
Well, that was I'm talking about the water bill that I saw printed out.
Yeah, that was QS1.
To Brian.
No, it was QS1 who helped us.
Oh, well.
But,
We had to reformat the computer, Lori's computer, to print on a piece of paper, because it's formatted to print on that card.
yeah, it's a lot, but, we'll get it done, we'll get it done.
Rome wasn't built in a day,
That's right,
so
that's right. So,
that's the way it is.
unless y'all have anything else, we'll I'll ask for the, I won't have to ask for it at the meeting, I guess, is later, unless y'all want anything else.
I'll promotion that. This
Okay.
means.
Y'all feel free to call me